Are you sick of paying for gas? Because I sure am. Cadillac is introducing the new product, the Cadillac Deville solar powered. I'm going to turn it over to Mike right now, who's going to talk about the history of this product.
Solar power was developed in 1963 by Dr. Eduardo Tomasi when he was holding a penny in his hand under the sunlight and touched it to the bottom of the light bulb and it lit up. Today it's used for housing and city power all over the world. It was very first used for flashlights. People would set their flashlights in an incubator, heat them up, and then they would use the flashlights rather than batteries, and to save them lots of money.
So Eric, you're a recent consumer of the new Cadillac Deville solar power. Tell me about it.
I am. Well, I saw an ad online for this, and at first I really didn't believe that it was true. You know, it's too good to be true. I did some research, I talked to some people, and I'm a proud owner of one now, so I really love it.
Okay. So tell me how you got introduced to it.
Well, I saw online, I saw the ad, and I mean, I heard about lots of new solar panel stuff. That's starting to be one of the new sources of energy, especially with gas prices being up and everything. People are looking for new sources of energy. So I just thought I'd see how it goes, and I love it. It saves me tons of money. So.
Oh, how much did you used to spend on gas before this?
Well, with gas prices being, $4 now, or whatever they're at, I used to spend maybe $300, $400 a month just on gas, and now pretty much zero. So.
Oh, what are you doing with that money now that you're saving?
Well, we just had a new baby girl, me and my wife.
Oh, congratulations.
She was just born a couple weeks ago, and we can buy her new toys. I'm looking to take her to Disney coming up this summer, and I want to be able to do that without the money I saved. I don't make the most amount of money, me and my wife, so this really does help us out.
Okay, going on vacation and all, is there going to be enough room in this car?
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that me and my wife are wondering, because we already have 3 kids now, and believe it or not, this back seat here can fit 4 across, like normal size people. Plenty of storage space in back. It actually, when you're inside, you wouldn't believe how big it is, so it really does fit everybody.
Oh, wow, awesome. So does it work, and do you have always like a full tank of gas? How does that work?
It has gasoline just for backup in case you need it, but I can get to work every single day just on the solar panel power.
Okay.
In case you need it, you don't want to get stranded, so it does have gas backup.
Okay.
But I barely ever use it. I think last month maybe spent $5 on gas at the most.
Oh.
So the rest of it was pure electricity, pure clean. So.
Okay. Do you still get electricity? Because in Ohio we have crazy weather here.
Right.
Do you still get electricity in like storms and stuff?
If there's sunlight, it will power extremely fast. So there's some storms, but if you can get it in the sunlight, it goes fast. So since the weather here is so bipolar, you'll get a little bit of sunlight, and it will charge it right up. So.
Well, thank you for.
Thank you for your time.
So we talked about the history of solar panels. We've showed you how it's affected a recent customer. But something new Cadillac's been doing is showing the prospective customers a short video clip showing them just how solar panels will benefit them. Let's take a look.
For decades now, scientists have unlocked the secrets of how a plant creates energy through photosynthesis and can duplicate that process using modern technology and silicone. This process of creating electricity from the sun can power our homes and cities. There are 2 ways of capturing the power of the sun. First is photovoltaic devices, more commonly known as solar cells. They change sunlight directly into electricity. These individual cells are joined together to make solar panels. These can be placed on rooftops, in calculators, and even on large-scale fields covering many acres to power cities. Solar energy systems produce no air pollutants or carbon dioxide. And because they can be placed on the top of existing buildings, they do not require extra land for power plants. Another way to capture the sun's energy is by capturing its heat. Solar thermal electric power plants generate electricity by concentrating solar energy to boil water, which then produces steam. This steam turns a turbine, which moves a generator to produce electricity. Solar thermal electric plants consist of fields of mirrors to reflect the concentrated sunlight onto a receiver. The receiver then collects this solar energy and converts it to heat. The production of energy from solar thermal plants work essentially the same as fossil fuel power plants. But instead of producing steam from burning fossil fuels, the steam is made by the sun. The only downside to this source of technology is that the power only exists as long as the sun is up. To help solve this problem, other forms of solar technology have been explored. Scientists are currently working on methods to store this energy for cloudy days and nighttime. One way to conquer this problem is building new power plants that combine a multitude of renewable energy sources. Using solar power and wind power and biogas could do this. When one method is not creating electricity, the other could take over. Other methods, such as storing excess power in batteries, could also be a possible future for solar technology.
Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just admiring my solar panel truck. This is one of the first models. As you see, the solar panels are up top. It's still cloudy out, but yet it's still recharging the energy quite nicely. Has a total capacity, could haul about 20 ton, about a typical truck. Now if you follow me over here, you can see our leading competitor Dodge is not going green. GM is trying to help the environment, as you can see by all this green around us, to help save the environment and humanity in our future race. Billy Graham once said, plan like every day it's like it's your last, but plan for the next 1,000 years, and we're doing just that.
The use of solar-powered energy to fuel cars not only saves money for consumers, but also emits little or no pollution into the atmosphere. The Cadillac Deville is a win-win situation for you and the earth you live on. The environment will thank you in the long run.
Due to the current rise in gas prices, GM has considered solar-powered vehicle. Our new Cadillac Deville that is streamed to come out in 2013 is now innovated with solar power. It has gone beyond any of our forecasts of fuel efficiency, and there's zero emissions as far as pollution. With this new and innovative technology, we plan to implement this not only in our Cadillac Deville, but into all types of our GM vehicles. Is there any questions in the audience about any aspect of this campaign to change our dependency on oil to a brand new solar powered vehicle? After further research and development, and General Motors has really focused on our annual sales in this segment with our solar powered vehicles. Our prospected sales for this next year are going to double our regular DeVille prices due to the fact that we're starting at the same base price, but it's not going to be the same as our regular Cadillac DeVille because it's not gas powered. This one's going to be solar powered, which will save you a phenomenal amount of money each year in transportation. Do you have a question over there?
Yeah, what do you expect the first year's sales to be of after this new release?
Projected sales for this new release of the vehicle after its release in 2013, the annual sales report is projected to be around 300 million. That's due to this lack of dependency on gas and the money that people will save from not using gasoline, having the solar power, and the base price of this vehicle is starting out the same as the DeVille, around $30,000. Any other questions?
So, are you guys just making cars, or can I buy like a truck, and would that truck be able to haul stuff rather than like a normal size load?
That's a good question. In our Cadillac brand, we actually have a luxury truck that it's going to be a little less luxury, but more focused on fuel efficiency. It's still going to have a slight dependency on gas due to the fact factor of the torque, horsepower. We didn't want to sacrifice that with the innovation of implementing solar power. Now that truck is going to be a little bit more expensive than our Cadillac Deville, but we still aim to meet a base price that our Cadillac truck usually goes for whenever it's gas powered. Any other questions?
How long before you expect all GM to switch to solar power energy?
We have projected to do it within at least 4 to 5 years, and that's due to new regulations set by EPA and the government. They're kind of pushing for our less dependency on oil and new innovation in energy, and which gives us a push as a company to start research and development in those fields. And hopefully we're shooting for 5 years. It would be nice if it would be shorter than that. Any other questions? You, sir?
Yes, is any other car companies going to solar power? I know GM's the first of its kind, but is any other car companies going that way, or?
As of right now, no one that we know technically has a full line in production with solar power. We do forecast to see, we see that probably in the future, more companies will obviously be pushed to do this with the new regulations in the EPA, but we are geared to gain the market share in that aspect of the company, in the vehicles, and we're going to always push the envelope and offer more features, better designs, and more power than other companies will be able to provide. And since we are the first in this industry to start this, it kind of gives us a jump start to see what fails and what is a success, so we can work on